Hello everybody and welcome back to another Spiritual Monday video with Electra Soul. What's up everybody? I am coming through with a big fat open reminder for each and every single one of y'all. I want y'all to remember that you are always going to be leveling up throughout your life, and I just want y'all to be very prepared for that, because this is something that is a huge effect that you have to take with you as you're going on strong throughout your life. Please remember guys, you have so much power, you have so much potential, you have so much energy, you have so much everything within yourself to make your reality exactly the way that you want it to be, but to also live the life that you want to be living exactly as you claim that you would be living it, because this is your life. You get to create your reality as it is. You get to live in the world that you want to experience because that's what you want to experience. You get to do everything according to your own plan, and that is something that you have to be very mentally prepared for, because as you're going on strong throughout life, you know, there are plenty of times and factors where you may feel afraid of what's coming. You may feel like, oh my gosh, things are moving up, you know, like you're glowing up, you're doing better, you're trying out new things, doing new things, being a brand new person, being everything that you're supposed to be basically, and you may feel a little bit threatened by that fact because you think to yourself, this is a lot of pressure, this is crazy, oh my goodness, this is like a whole new level, I've never been here before. And that is all understandable, of course, because you know, we're always going through new levels that we've never been at before. The person that you are today is definitely better than the person that you were yesterday, and something that I've learned definitely throughout my life, which I feel like is very important as well to take with you, is to always remember that there is no such thing as regression. There's no such thing as you moving backwards, no such thing as progress being thrown backwards or anything else that your ego may fear is the truth. There is no such thing as anything other than you moving on up, okay, forward in your very highest favor. And the reason that you know that you're always moving up in your very highest favor is because you are an everlastingly growing being. You are somebody who's going to continue to grow as you go on strong throughout life. Nothing is ever going to stop that. You will never not be somebody who is expediting within your growth as a being, as a spiritual being, as a person, as everything that you are overall. That is all something that you have to take with you consistently speaking, is remembering that progress is always being made and done in your very highest favor one way or another, no matter what the case may be. And you know, as y'all know, I do definitely like to compare these things to figure skating because I am a professional figure skater. I figure skate almost every day of the week. It's something that I do very often because I absolutely love it. And it's also something that when I first started out figure skating, I remember thinking that it could have taken me a very long time in order for me to learn all of the things that I wanted to learn. I will say that thankfully I was very mentally prepared, as you can see, which is basically what this video is about. I was very mentally prepared going into figure skating, assuming that I was going to get everything down very quickly, very fast, and I was basically going to make a lot of fast progress, okay? Now the whole thing here is that it's not about moving quickly, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm trying to be on top of everyone and everything else in the way that you think that you speeding up and you going down a path very quickly is something that is a necessity. Everyone is different, of course, but for myself, I'm gonna tell y'all, like I stated, I was mentally prepared to take on such a sport because figure skating is something that a lot of people feel like they cannot do, although everybody can figure skate. I promise you guys that. You just honestly have to practice. But it is something that looks very complicated, right? You see it and you're like, how the fuck does somebody do that? And that's understandable. But because I went in mentally prepared, I understood that there was going to be a lot of ways around me getting to where I needed to be very quickly, because I knew that I was able to take on such a sport. I was able to take on the measures of being a figure skater where I was able to really stand on business and just keep on going strong and not give up on myself. And that is what really made my progress manifest a lot faster than it could have if I was sitting here acting like, oh my god, I'm so afraid, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not prepared for this. I mean, then what's the point? You feel me? So throughout all of that progress, and you know, within me figure skating and everything else, there were definitely moments where I was like, how long is it gonna take me for me to learn exactly what I need to do here consistently? You know, for me to maybe do a spiral consistently, or maybe for me to do a toe loop consistently, whatever. You know, it could be anything. But I'm gonna tell y'all, like, as you continue making that progress for yourself, where you continue trying, you continue moving, you continue doing what you gotta do, you inevitably move up in your highest favor. You know, you end up making progress a lot faster than you can ever imagine that you would to begin with. And it's all because you chose to persist within what it is that you're doing at that time. And that is also something I have noticed being a professional figure skater, is that, you know, I have stated this in other videos before, but the people that I would witness within my reality when I'm figure skating and everything else like that, I would see people making amazing progress because they chose to keep on going with what it is that they're doing. They didn't choose to give up on themselves. They didn't say, okay, you know what, like I can't do this and it's over. No, every single person that I have seen commit themselves to figure skating has literally all gotten better no matter what it was, like dead ass. Even people who don't come for months on end, they come back and they try their best and then they just keep on moving up, and it's all about their mindset, okay? And that's something you have to be mentally prepared for, because these glow ups are consistent consistent. And that goes for everything else in life. As you continue doing what you're doing and you continue studying, or you continue affirming and persisting, you continue going out on dates, you continue doing your makeup all nice, you continue making your money, whatever, like manifesting everything that you want left and right. All of these things are things that you have to be mentally prepared for in order for you to really handle them as they're coming to you, because you are somebody who does want to glow up, right? You want to be somebody who is continuously growing and being stronger and being more confident, more empowered throughout your lifetime. Obviously, that is something that comes with the territory of being strong-minded, okay? That is how you consistently keep that in your back pocket, where it's no longer a factor of, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this, or how can I do this, versus you knowing, nah, I definitely got this in the bag because this is exactly what I deserve to be experiencing. This is something that you deserve to have in your very highest favor, down pat, just like that, because you are somebody who is continuously glowing up in that very highest favor. That is just the way it's always going to be. That is just the way it's supposed to be. And that's something that you have to really remind yourself as you're continuing up this ladder, honestly, up this ladder, as you are the catalyst for all of that growth taking place in the first place. Seriously, guys, it's all about what it is that you allow for yourself, and you have to be prepared for that. You really have to remember that as you continue on strong throughout your life, yeah, you're gonna be glowing up. Like, you're gonna be a different person. If you're somebody who wants to get married, you have to be ready for that, in the sense that, yeah, I'm ready to commit myself to somebody. I know that I can do it. I know that I got the most perfect marriage because I have already manifested that. Like, I'm thinking in favor of that because that's what you deserve to be always assuming in favor of, always. And just like that with everything else, you know, if you say that you want to be somebody, for example, who's very successful, let's say that you want to be a doctor or an actor or whatever, you have to be prepared for what it takes for you to be a doctor or an actor, which does come with pressure, but it's all good pressure, like a diamond, because that's what you're stating for yourself. It's all something that you set yourself up for, positively speaking, because you know that that is something that you can handle with everything within you. You have that confidence embedded within you already, so take it on strong and don't give up on yourself because of how it looks, because of how it may feel. As long as it feels good to your heart and to your soul, you will always be making the right and best decisions for yourself, for you to just continue glowing up and glowing up and glowing up strong throughout your life, consistently speaking. And even then, even if there's a moment where you feel like, oh, I've been at this dead end for a while, where it feels like it's been a while, it feels like I can't stand up, it feels like it's over, like I stated within this week's law of assumption based video, is that, yeah, it's never so over. Where you think it's so over, bitch, you're always so back. Hello, the same energy goes on strong throughout here. You know, as you're consistently glowing up, you have to remind yourself that there's no reason for you to stop, and that there's all the reason in the world and the universe for you to just keep on going strong, because there really is. There's never going to be a good reason for you to just stop what it is that you're doing short, and for you to assume that you can do that to yourself, because honestly, yeah, I guess you can do it to yourself, but do you want to? No, you really don't, because you don't deserve to be experiencing life through that way. You really don't. You deserve to be living life exactly the way that you want to be living life. That is all about what it is that you are going to be mentally prepared for on your own terms. It's on your own turf. And if there's something that you feel like you're not prepared for mentally, and you're a little bit afraid of the glow up that comes with it, understand that you can always take your time, but please work with yourself, because you are your own very best friend, and you have to be the person who's helping yourself climb up the ladder. Like, you're not gonna be like, okay, nah, girl, like, stand down. I don't think so. Bitch, come on, seriously. You gotta be your own best friend. You gotta be your biggest supporter. You gotta be the cheerleader that's standing on the sideline saying, bitch, keep on going strong, because it's working. And it always is working, because why would it not be working? This is your life, your reality, everything that you're doing that is in regards to you glowing up consistently, strongly throughout your entire life. Why not keep going in that direction? Because you know that that is what you deserve to be experiencing at the end of each and every single day, and for the very rest of your life. Guys, this is not a joke. This is not a prank. This is not an exaggeration. These are all facts. This is just the way it is. As a person, as spiritually strong like yourself, you have to be strong enough to remember that, yeah, if you want the best, you got to be prepared for the best, because the best is manifesting, but always only because you said so, and that is it. So while you're manifesting the best, you have to be prepared for what comes with that, and that is all the responsibility of you being as on top of business as you have always known that you were supposed to be. And you definitely are, guys. Don't play about it. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because you definitely do. And do not behave as though you cannot do this, because you definitely freaking can. I want y'all to remember that, because you're watching this video, that because you're here, because you're a person alone, that you have all the ammo in the world to just keep on going strong in the direction of you glowing up as consistently as that. I don't want to see anything less than best. I don't want to see y'all shitting on yourselves or telling yourselves anything different than, yeah, I can definitely do this, because I literally am doing this, and I'm gonna keep on glowing up, because that's what I deserve. Because guess what? This is your era, baby. The era of forever. The era where everything's all coming together, because that is what it's all about. It's always gonna be a forever everything. There's no such thing as a peak. There's no such thing as you hitting a wall and that's as great as you can be. Nope, you're always only pushing past these walls. That is it, guys. I don't want to see anything less than that, okay? Consistently speaking, that mindset on 111%, that is the only thing that I want to see from you all. 110, period, guys. Listen to it all the way up. It is that serious. It really is. It really is. I'm not playing games about it. It really is just that serious. You guys are the most high. I believe in you all so freaking much. I genuinely appreciate so much y'all tuning in today, as that's basically it. For sure, guys, listen, as you're consistently glowing up, you got to keep on claiming the preparedness of you having that energy following you all throughout your life, because it's always only up from here, and it always is only up from here. And I would know that better than anybody else, honestly, because I have lived it myself. I have been here myself so many times before. I have made the mistake of thinking that I was not ready for me to have all of these glow ups because I was so terrified. But guess what? That fear is not overpowering my belief in myself, because I deserve to have the life of my dreams. I deserve the glow ups to be manifesting back to back to back to back. And that is just it, guys. That is just freaking it. Please remember this, guys. And I know that y'all always will, because y'all always do, but also apply it as is. Apply that mindset, apply yourself, and be prepared for these glow ups to be coming to you back to back to back to back. And even when things, guys, even if it looks like things may be falling apart and it looks like things are not getting better or whatever, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all, when things look like they're not coming together, that's when they're coming together the most, for real. Okay, I'm just telling y'all right now, like, never take anything as an excuse for you to sit back and settle, because there's no reason for y'all to be doing any of that, for real. You guys are way too powerful for anything less, and I believe in you all just so very much for y'all to get exactly what you deserve and for y'all to be manifesting these glow ups back to back to back to back. And so it always is. Be very mentally prepared for that. And so that's what this video is here for. It's to prepare you. And so you are prepared just like that. It has manifested and you're very, very, very prepared for all of it, because why would you not be? Exactly then, guys. Y'all already know what the tea is. May God bless y'all always, angels. Thank y'all so much again for watching today. I love y'all so freaking much. I will see y'all next Monday for another Spiritual Monday video. It is always an honor and a blessing to be here. And so apply it, know what it is that you know, because you know everything and you're only going to continue to know everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like the glow ups consistently with knowledge, beauty, riches, love, everything, happiness, health, peace, woof, prosperity, babe, abundance, everything in between. The blessings are always glowing up from here. Be prepared for that, because that is what you're being called to do, to be prepared for it. And so it is. And so you are. And just like that, so it is again. God bless y'all. Please take care, everyone. Bye. Back to back to back glow ups have never looked as good as they do on you right here in this very moment, because it's always only up from here, and so it always is, period.